Are we going? Yes, we are. Hi, welcome to this week's coffee break video. I've got to do a special hi and welcome today because lots of you have been following the coffee break videos for a really long time. Thank you. And this week is the first one where I've done a little pivot because I've been making the coffee break videos for my community at Peace with PDA for a long time. Hello, you beautiful people who have been with me there. We are still there and you are still here, which is perfect. But I also have opened up to my new umbrella, which is known as resistance-free parenting. And so we might have some new peeps coming and joining us in this space, which is just a little bit more open and expanded. And it's where I can come and shine all the stuff that we talk about EFT tapping and how it can support us in releasing resistance which is inside and outside and comes up profoundly and beautifully in our relationships for us to be able to see in all its glory and feel in all its glory, and how we can use EFT tapping to help us to navigate and move through that, to release that and have more ease and flow and joy in our parenting life and our family life. So as I talk about all that stuff, I'm now doing it under my umbrella of resistance-free parenting. So thank you for coming and sharing this space. These coffee break videos are our casual, relaxed weekly space where you can come and connect with me. I can have a chat with you, sometimes just tell you about stuff going on in life and the way that I contemplate life and the stuff that's coming through me. And then I always love to pull a card because everybody just seems to love the cards. And I usually go to this pack that I've got out ready here to pull for you. And they are my Wisdom for Healing cards, all about personal empowerment. So if you, as I'm chatting, have a question in your mind, or if you've been holding something in your heart space, if you're looking for some answers or some movement or some peace around something, you can hold that intention and see what comes through with the card when I pull that in a bit. And then I like to finish the coffee break by doing a little bit of EFT tapping. If you've never done it before, it's super easy to learn. It's a self-help technique where we tap with our fingertips on some acupoints, and this sends a signal through to the amygdala, that part of the brain that sends out the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. It's a bit like an electrical impulse that goes through to soothe and calm the amygdala while we're focused on something which is causing us a bit of stress, a bit of resistance, a bit of tension, anxiety, worry, discomfort, all of these things. And we put our focus there and soothe and calm our amygdala. We soothe and calm our nervous system through this simple, easy and quick technique, which brings us back into a place where we are more calm, we are more open, and we are more receptive. When we're more receptive to others, we're more receptive to ideas, we're more receptive to support, to feeling the love that's inside ourselves. Our conditional acceptance of situations can pivot into more unconditional acceptance of situations. So it's a really supportive, wonderful technique, which is very easy to do. And if you would like to know more about it, I run regular tap-in tasters on Facebook, and I'll put the link below to the next one that's coming up in a few weeks, and you can come and join the space and come and learn a little bit about EFT tapping there. So I'm just going to give these cards a shuffle while I tell you what's happened with me today. So I have learnt today to unconditionally love and accept myself, even though I clearly have absolutely no perception of size whatsoever. So we went to a local supermarket to get a bit of shopping because my daughter had some recipes in mind and I did not have the correct ingredients for them, being the terrible mother I am. So we went to the shop to get them, and I said, oh, I can take this, I've got this thing that we ordered online that I need to do a return for, and I can drop it at an in-post locker. Not done it that way before, let's do it. So we went to the in-post locker and I scanned the QR code, and then it asked me a question that I was not expecting about what size locker I needed for this item. So I'm looking at this item in my hand. I'm looking at the measurements of a small, medium and large locker and going, I don't know, absolutely no concept at all. So it's giving these measurements of centimetres. I'm looking at this object and I'm, you know, adding on a little bit more to be sure. No, I think I need this one. And it says the locker will open for you. And this absolutely massive locker opens up for this little thing that I've got. We were stood there in stitches. Yet again, our mum being absolutely clueless when it comes to these things. Like, I have many talents in life. I'm not putting myself down. I have wonderful gifts to bring, but do not call me if you need me to guesstimate the size of something, or if you need anything involving any kind of spatial awareness. Do not get me to reverse park your car for you. I'm not your girl. Okay, just do not seem to have this wiring in my brain. So loving and accepting myself in that. Oh my goodness. However, I have done fantastically well this week piecing some things together as I've opened my new umbrella with resistance-free parenting, and I have been putting together the words for my website so I can get that piece together and getting the foundations in place for all of these wonderful things. So feeling really good about that. Okay, my loves, let's see what card wants to come through for us today. Yes, I love it. Oh, I feel so aligned with this. Right, so notice for yourself, and if you want to, you can put your hand on your heart or on your belly, on your kind of like your knowing intuition center, or even on your throat. Where does it feel like your body might want your support and attention as you hold this intention in your heart, as you ask for some knowing? If you are really, you know, needing some guidance and inspiration, maybe you feel drawn to your head, just notice if your body wants some support, you can put your hand there. Just bring in your love, and then with gentleness and softness, see if this card brings some kind of answer, message, guidance for you. Okay, with softness. Okay, we come in so hard with these things. We give ourselves a message and we go, oh, we need to be there, we need to be doing that. Okay, and this is the perfect message for that, because it is do less. I'll just hold that so you can have a look at the image, and then on the back of the card it gives what it calls a lesson, what I like to think of as more as an invitation, and I'm going to read that to you and see where it lands for you. Okay, today's lesson: assess your level of doing for others. Such a good one for parents. Examine whether you overextend yourself to the point that you become unnecessarily exhausted. Okay, teach this stuff, still working on these habits all the time. Why is that? Is your health worth it? Your goal is to confront your core reasons for risking your health unnecessarily. Okay, so I don't know if, like me, you have been through some big health stuff where you have overextended yourself in your parenting. I've been on a big healing journey from doing that, and realise through the hard lessons how important it is to take really good care of ourselves. And I know how that resistance shows up in our thoughts, in our beliefs, in our conditioning, in our habits, in our patterns, in the patterns that run through our family, that run through our culture, that run through our society. You know, they run deep and they seem like an ultimate truth, and they seem inflexible. And when we're in them, it can be really hard to access a different perception, a different way of thinking, to even consider a different possibility. Because when we have this resistance, it shows up in all of our sense of being, including in our intuition, including in our, you know, our thinking and our knowing and our pictures in our mind. And it just feels like this is how it is, doesn't it? You know, this is my story as a parent. This is how it is in my house. This is how it is with the child or children I have, with their needs. This is the situation I have as a parent carer. This is the role that falls on me because I'm a single parent, because I have to work, and my video, is it cut off? No. Come on, keep going, power. Sorry, little glitch there when my battery's low. But, you know, all these different ways where it shows up in our thinking, in our beliefs, you know, just feel like the truth. They just feel like reality. And I know it. And every time it feels like that. And I've been doing this work for a really long time. And I promise you, it's still, when it comes up for me, it feels like this is how it is. And then I do my work with emotional freedom techniques, and the resistance starts to soften, and the resistance starts to resolve, maybe just a little bit at first, but there's some surrender in there and some softness and a new openness, and something new can come in to that space. New possibilities can start to invite us, tease us with the possibilities maybe a little bit, just be there to contemplate, and just in gentleness, without pushing, we can start to consider that invitation to do less and what we feel able and ready to surrender in this moment to allow more of that in for us. And it's a journey, you know, and a part of what I teach is being able to be okay with where you are in that journey, being able to know that it's okay to be where you are in the resistance. And as you move through to a new destination, another story, another layer will show up, and there'll be a resistance there too, you know. So we're never striving for some sense of perfection, just allowing ourselves to move towards this gentle calling, towards this gentle invitation to allow more openness and ease and acceptance. So if you would like to join me, we can do a little bit of EFT tapping on that now. And all you need to do is start by tapping on the fleshy part of the hand underneath the little finger. You can do it either way. And remember, I'm running my tap-in taster on Facebook if you want to learn this in a bit more detail. But for now, just following along with me. And we're just tapping on the acupoints on the side of the hand here. And we're doing what's called making friends with our issue, making peace with where we are, because that is ultimately where we release the resistance by acceptance of where we are. So we're going to say, and you can say after me, even though I don't know how to do less, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though it doesn't seem possible to do less, I love and accept myself. Even though I don't think I can do less. And frankly, you're annoying me by saying I could, because it all needs to be done. I can't do less because no one else is going to do it. And I love and accept myself sitting in this feeling. I love and accept myself feeling the anger, the resentment, and the frustration that's coming up for me. Good, now we're going to take a couple of fingers and just tap on the front of the eyebrow. And remember, as we're tapping on these points, we're keeping our focus on the resistance that's showing up to doing less. So notice what's coming up. Really noisy outside all of a sudden. Thank you, aeroplane, giving us a moment to pause while you're very noisy. Okay. So noticing the resistance that's coming up for you in your thoughts, in your feelings, and tapping. And tapping here as you notice the thoughts and feelings that are coming up for you, the resistance that's showing up for you. And we're soothing that part of the brain that tells us we've got to, we've got to survive, we've got to keep doing, we've got to keep doing. And we're just soothing it by tapping on these acupoints, sending like an electrical impulse through to the brain that just soothes it and calms it and opens us up to a little bit more peace, a little bit more surrender. Okay, and under the eye here. Just keep focusing on the resistance that's flowing up for you right now when I suggest that maybe we could do less. It's not just you, all of us, you know, doing less. Oh, I've been through so many layers of doing less, and I promise you there's still always so much on my I need to do, inviting me to surrender a little bit more. The thoughts, the people, the feelings coming up. Oh, good, and keep tapping with me. Just being with the thoughts, the feelings, the people, the stories. Okay, and we're going to go right over the collarbone here. And I just want you to notice the story you have of why you have so much to do. So much to do. And I'm not making light or making fun when I say this story. We all have our stories. Just notice what yours is. And then we're going to take a hand onto the arm here, just tapping here, just noticing the feelings coming up about doing less, the ways it feels impossible, and the ways that you feel bitter, frustrated, sad, let down, feel like it's unfair that you have all this to do. Okay, and we're just going to finish tapping on the top of the head here. Just noticing the feelings that are coming up right now and where you feel that tension in your body. Good. And if you just put your hand over your heart for me and allow yourself to take a lovely full breath in. And just pause a little. And then as you release that breath, just allowing any resistance, tension and stress that's ready to leave. Just that's ready to. We're not pushing it. We're just allowing it. Just like the breath comes in and out, new and old, fresh and releasing of the old. It's just a natural cyclical process. We're just supporting that process in our readiness, in our timing, not pushing for anything. If you enjoyed your little tap, you might find if you're having some release that you're having some yawns, you're having some sighs, or you're just feeling a bit more relaxed in your body, or you might just be feeling a little bit more open. You might find as you move away from doing your tapping that you're feeling like you get a little thought or a little inspiration, or maybe you just feel like going and doing something a bit fun or sucking something off, you know. I'm not leading you into being irresponsible here, but just see what lightness maybe pops through after this tap. And just take really good care of yourself. You know, when we're doing energy work and it seems so simplistic, we forget how powerful it can be. Things can really shift and move for us. We can find ourselves in a new space and a new way of being really quite quickly and instantly, doing work like some tapping. So go gentle with yourself. You know, if you're feeling thirsty, go and have a sip of water. If you want some fresh air, stick your head out the window carefully. Whatever it is, ground your feet, you know, stomp on the floor, shake your body. Just notice what you need, what your body's calling for, and honour yourself in that. Sending you lots of love. Thanks for spending this gorgeous bit of time with me today. I hope to see you next week, and maybe in between in some other spaces. Who knows? Lots and lots of love, lots of self-care. Always highly recommended. See you soon. Bye.